I found this place by accident and decided to camp here in 1979, and we made our temporary camp here, and here 30 years later.
Is there something about the commitment or devotion?
If we want to get our power back and be able to do things for ourselves and not pay other people to live our lives for us, we have to be devoted. If you go and work in a automobile factory and you put 4 bolts in a radiator and that's all you know how to do, you're dependent on being in a certain way with your superiors, otherwise you lose your job. You have to say and do things that you don't want to do. It limits a whole lot of things about you, you know. And if you want to do other stuff, then you have to have the willpower or whatever it takes to not go home and watch TV and drink beer, but do other stuff to give you like a life, eh? You know, when I hit my mid-40s, I decided, you know, this work that I'm doing is totally meaningless to me, you know, that this is just playing figures for the government, you know, that it's not very effective and it justifies cutting down more forests. So I decided I'm going to try not to have to do this, and that's when I decided to farm, eh? When you look at the past, we see the good parts of it, eh? And I'm telling you the good parts. And you know, I have spent a lot of my time in them good years where, yeah, I was depressed about stuff and thought too much about what's happened to the world and so on. So when I started growing food, I come to realize that this is really important to feed my family and my friends and people around me, and that better understanding of what's really happening and how, and the whole idea that we have given up our power to do stuff. Like my parents left without second thought their way of a self-reliant lifestyle, a little mixed farm with, even though it was poverty, they didn't have a mortgage, they didn't have any of this stuff. It was hard to find money and so on, but they had some power in their lives, eh?
At a certain point in your life, you realized that you wanted to do something that, like,
was that meaning? It had some meaning to it, you know. Yeah. Not to pay mortgages or anything, just to buy freedom, so I could do what I wanted to do.